Hey everyone, welcome to Markey Central. I'm DJ Markey, host, and right now I'm over here at the Indies Comic Creator Con. I'm going to take you inside. We're going to be checking out the Sci-Fi Expo, we're going to be looking at the Horror Expo, and of course, we're going to be looking at costuming groups, also known as cosplayers. So sit back, enjoy yourself, we're going to have some fun, and let's get right to it. Come on. Okay, Yamil was good, fam.
Hey, what's up, man? I appreciate you.
Yeah, representing elements of hip hop.
Yes, sir. Elements of hip hop.
Okay, so what are some of the comic books you read coming up as a kid?
So, comic books I read coming up as a kid was X-Men. X-Men was real big for me. X-Factor was one that I really loved because it took a lot of the characters from X-Men and kind of created a whole new joint. Black Panther was one that was really, Black Panther.
Okay.
I come from a family of black people.
Okay. Okay. And what are some of the cartoons you watched coming up as a kid?
Man, cartoons coming up. DuckTales, Darkwing Duck, Transformers, Thundercats, He-Man, G.I. Joe, the list goes on and on. X-Men, Visionaries, GoBots.
GoBots.
Transformers.
Yeah. Okay. So what made you get into the comic book industry?
The comic books for me was the thing to where as a kid, like I said, I grew up with it. A lot of the stuff that I read and how I learned was from comic books. The images, the words, the attacking like social issues that they did. Like even how they did it under the guise of superheroes. They were talking about real issues. So for me, it was a thing to where because of how I was raised, a lot of the things that I gravitated to had to dealing with the truth. The comic books would touch on me.
Okay, so how was you able to come up with your own characters, for your comic book series?
So the idea of coming up with the elements of hip hop, it felt like it was already there. Just growing up listening to artists like Wu-Tang and just how they merged, kind of like the Tony Starks and the Iron Man aspect into it was a thing to where I felt like, why hadn't this been done? Where the elements, the core elements, the b-boy, the MC, the graffiti, the DJ, how they weren't even talked about. And to me, I saw those individuals as superheroes. So it was like my passion for and love for comic books and my passion and love for hip hop. The best thing I could do to show that was to create a comic book that represented the people that I saw as superheroes, which were these hip hop, the different aspects of hip hop.
Yeah. So who would you say is your top 5 rappers of all time?
Top five rappers of all time. Nas. No, I'm joking. Nas, Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z, and Wu-Tang.
Okay.
Wu-Tang for life.
Wu-Tang for life.
Forever.
Yeah. So how'd you come up with the actual title, The Elements of Hip Hop?
Well, the elements, like I was saying, it was kind of like, it's like with Public Enemy and how they came up with Fight the Power. It was like a thing that's already in the community. So it was already there. And being the elements, being the cultural elements of hip hop, but even tapping into just the elements of nature and the elements of life, all of that kind of tied into who I was as a person. So it was easy in the sense of it was there already. It was written, as Nas would say.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So how'd you decide to be a part of ChemFest?
ChemFest, it was a thing to where, and this is how I move. It was like, I'm real big on just understanding where we as Black people come from, and when I say understanding, just like the spiritualism and the knowledge of self, and that's something that's been instilled in me since a child. So when I was on the internet searching for different things that are online with that type of thing, this is how I came across ChemFest. I DM'd them, art comic book, and it was like, it's like how I find, it's like when you don't have to explain something, it was like, I see it already, I see the connections, I see the alignment, and it's pretty much the universe, divine intervention. So that's how I look at it. ChemFest came to me, we found each other. Thanks to social media.
Yeah. Why you felt that, social media is a great way for you to promote your platform?
I feel like it's a great way because it's like, as an indie producer, indie creator, it gives you an opportunity to go hit your fans directly. If you got the passion, you got the work ethic, and the platforms and the skills are there, and the knowledge is on the internet to teach you if you don't know how to do certain things. So I think it's a game changer for independent creators because it allows us to go straight to market and then find other creators that allow us to continue to build on our IPs and our intellectual properties.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for your time, brother.
Appreciate it.
Wish you the very best. See you Friday. Here you go. All right. Peace. Jigsaw Comics CEO. Introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm not Face Con. I'm a cartoonist and illustrator.
Okay. So what made you get into drawing?
Growing up, since kindergarten, I always been a big fan of cartoons. I definitely was very influenced by Disney a lot, and I always wanted to try to be a Disney animator at the time. I remember I always was so interested in like behind the scenes with like how to do the animation, like how to do the flipping back, showing the process. I always thought that was so cool. And then like afterwards, I came across like things like comics, especially like DC Marvel, and it kind of really opened my eyes up to like showing like what the kind of opportunities I bring with art inside of animation, the comics, and just all around just illustrations. And I always been fascinated by that.
Okay, what kind of comics did you look at growing up?
Growing up, I looked at a lot more superhero comics. I was more of like a DC fan growing up. I read like Teen Titans a lot, and afterwards I got into X-Men and Avengers. But afterwards, I got older. I really got into reading big anime. But I definitely got more reading a lot more European comics, stuff made by Mobius and like Asterix. Another one.
Okay, and what kind of cartoons did you watch growing up?
Growing up, I did watch a lot of like 90s Disney afternoon specials. Also a lot of like Hanna-Barbera, which was like another like big influence of mine. It was like from like Yogi Bear to Space Ghost. I was like the spectrum of like Hanna-Barbera. I watched most of them. I was like a big Looney Tunes fan. Like growing up as a kid, I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, okay. So what made you decide you wanted to start your own comic book series?
Reason for it because like as years go by, like the whole like there's like I've been trying to seeing about how like the grand scope is climate with like a lot of like modern comics now. But as I growing up, that was still when like mainstream comics were still a big thing, like DC, Marvel. But afterwards, when like the internet would start becoming much more accessible and understandable for a lot of people went from alternative comics, more like making stuff that's more self-published and indie. And I was thinking like that's something I feels fit for me because it's because indie comics, alternative comics, it's like I have more control of my work and I'll have like property ownership of it. But the special fact is because I get to make a story that I want to make without having like corporate heads have to dictate which direction I have to go and don't really involve me as a consideration.
Okay, did you used to trace your characters first before you started drawing your own?
Oh, bro, the funny thing, honestly, when I did try to like trace stuff, I remember when I had a home computer, I used to try to like put like a piece of paper on the computer screen. I tried to like legit try to do like a light boxing with it. Afterwards, I don't really trace a lot. Most stuff I try to just do freehand. I mostly just like I see something like that I like and then just try to copy it just by using my hand and eyes basically.
Okay, how'd you come up with the actual name Jigsaw?
Mainly because I'm on the spectrum. And being on the spectrum has this ups and downs. And one of the things being associated with like being on the spectrum is the puzzle piece. I kind of like the symbology of it. I think the whole puzzle piece is really interesting to me. And the Jigsaw, cause I thought it was like a really catchy name. Even though like I often jokingly say like every time I hear Jigsaw with other people, they always think like the character from Saw. But I thought Jigsaw was a pretty cool name because it kind of reflects a big thing about me being like someone on the spectrum and then also trying to be an artist and trying to get myself out there.
Okay, and last question. Why you feel that social media is a great way for you to promote your platform?
Mainly because my experience with social media was start with Facebook, and I kind of use it more just trying to talk to friends. I got into more looking at it like an art platform from more of Instagram because of the fact that like I see a lot of my favorite artists use that a lot to put the art there, and it seems more like an obvious choice because it's mainly carried by pictures, and so I think that was kind of like the easier platform for me to get myself out there.
Okay, thank you so much for your time, brother.
No problem.
All right, have a good one. All right, that'll do it in today's show. DJ Mark. I appreciate everyone out there watching Markey Central. Don't forget to hit the like button and make sure you also subscribe so you can see a lot more Markey Central projects heading your way. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.